نصيبي من مآسيكم أناديكم أشد على أياديكم وأبوس الأرض تحت نعالكم وأقول أفديكم أناديكم أشد على أياديكم وأبوس الأرض تحت نعالكم وأقول أفديكم أنا ما كنت في
Free, free? Free, free? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for being here for the People's Fair for Palestine. My name is Eli Moss, and a couple of months ago I came to this person standing right here, Micah, who will introduce themselves, and I was like, I think we need to bring some of what we're doing outside, inside. And I was like, I think that this could happen. And they were like, I'm willing to let you do that. And so here it is, and it's so exciting. And I just want to first give a huge amount of thanks to all of the cultural organizations, all of the performers, all of the tablers who have made this happen. You'll see the safety team running around. There's a crew of people there. I cannot tell you how much work this has been, and it has really been put together by a group of people like myself and like Micah and like those folks you see over there who are arts workers, culture workers, artists ourselves, creative people who are dedicated to equal parts justice and creativity, and that these things are always the same, that art is always political. And we, after the cultural resistance events that many of you have been to and made possible, we really wanted to bring that here for something that would allow us to make work together, but also do some capacity building, connect across, learn what other people are doing, and figure out ways to keep building on what we have started. There is going to be opportunity today. This is not a celebratory event. That's the thing that we really have been wanting to say. This is not like a performance that we're like, yay, we're all making art about that. No. This is happening in collaboration and in honor of the cultural folks in Gaza that are under direct attack. Okay? There is an attack on knowledge building in Gaza. There is an attack on the cultural production in the place and the memory of the place. This is direct erasure. And the work that so many of the people are doing here is an attempt to forestall that erasure by being part of the storytelling. Okay? I'm so happy that you all are here today. Micah's going to say a few words on behalf of Judson Church. If this is your first time here, this is a place with over 135 years of cultural resistance. So Micah's going to say a couple of words about that. And again, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Round of applause for Eli here for being the beautiful generator of this event here. And welcome everybody. My name is Micah. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the senior minister here at Judson. And I want to know who is here at Judson for the first time? Anybody? Wonderful. I just want to give you a little tidbit of context for this place, because yes, you're actually like in a real church where we do churchy things like have ministers and have Sunday morning service on the very floor that you're sitting right now, but we are also a church that has never known how to be a church unless we have organizers and activists coming into our space, sharing with us the stories that they are bursting to tell, and also queering us and sending us back out in the world to do the necessary community building, co-creative strategizing, and justice-minded work that we are called to do in the world. So you being here right now are resacralizing this space. We do not know how to be a church unless you are here doing exactly what you are doing. So may this time together be not a celebratory time, but a time where we lean into community building, where we lean into co-creative strategizing, where we lean into changing one another by coming together around those beautiful tables, around the work that you are already doing, and doing exactly what Empire does not want us to do, which is share knowledge, share history, share work together, and together build the pathway to collective liberation. Thank you for being here. You are always welcome at Judson. Please come and find me if you would like to talk about how we can support you and your work more. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
A few logistic notes. Also a pronoun note. My pronouns are he and they, never she, her. And a couple of logistic things. Yes, I know, I'm gonna put that in, I forgot something. So, something that Judson Arts does every Wednesday is provide food for the people for free. And so there is vegan, gluten-free soup, courtesy of Judson, in the corner. The bread, which is vegan but not gluten-free, is courtesy of Grand Daisy. That is in the corner. Please go get some soup. It's there until it runs out. A couple of other things to know about if you did not know this. There are safety personnel in green vests. Those safety personnel are trained to do a variety of things, including deal with infiltrators and anyone that is making you feel unsafe. If someone is making you feel unsafe, this has already happened a few times today, find one of the people in the green vest or one of us that is an organizer. We are wearing mostly pink bracelets. There are also medics here. So there's a New York City Action Medics table. They are good people to go to. You can also find one of the safety personnel if you need a medic. There are also healings happening today from Minka Collective and Grand Street Healing Collective upstairs. You can go to the front desk Where am I, like in an office? No, you can go to the check-in table if you want to know more about that, but that is happening. Please let those healings happen for Swana folks and people who really have been doing this work in the movement, so let's prioritize people who really need those healings, getting them today. I think that was most of my logistic notes. Did I forget anything? I'm sure I did. So we're going to start off with Manatsu and Hannah leading a collective participatory movement so that we all show up with our exhausted bodies. Come on up.
Hi, my name is Manatsu. I use they, them pronouns, and I am a dancer.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm in support of this movement facilitation.
So, I would love to invite you all to do a little bit of a grounding moment because we just arrived here and we are so excited, or maybe we are carrying some dense emotions, and that's all valid. And then the one common thing that we all have is that we have alive beating hearts. So I want to take a moment for all of us to just acknowledge our heartbeats or pulses. So if you can use your hand, you can feel your pulse, or if you want to, you can feel your heart directly. Do you feel your own rhythm? And if you can hear your own rhythm, either using your feet or your fingertips or your head, start physicalizing the rhythm that you hear. And if you can, and if you feel ready, try to look around and see if you can sync the rhythm with the person right next to you. And when you're ready, I would like to invite you to open up your perspectives and try to match the heartbeat from the person right next to you to the person right next to you to the person right in front of you. You can use your feet too. And let's see if we all can sync together. This is our collective heartbeat. This is the sound of the heartbeat of our collective humanity. Today, we gathered to share our emotions, our energies, and to acknowledge that we have a collective heartbeat, our collective humanity, and slowly let it go. You can get back to your own heartbeat. Let's take a deep breath in and out, and in and out. One last time, look around your friends, breathe in and out. Thank you all so much for being here today, and let's get this started.
Hi, all beautiful people. I'm Alexa, she, her. So we've all been raising our voices in grief and anger, rage, but also raising our voices together is community. So I think you all know this, you've done it thousands of times. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free the Freedom Theater! Free the Freedom Theater! Free, free the Freedom Theater! Free, free the Freedom Theater! Free Mustafa, free Bilal! Free them all, free them all! Free Mustafa, free them all! Free them all, free them all! Free them all, free them all! Free them all! Free them all! Free?
Thank you, Alexis. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Natália de Campos. I'm with the Defend Democracy Brazil Committee and the Brazilians with Palestinians. We are very proud members of the Shut It Down for Palestine Coalition. And I'm here to introduce Nas Abdalal from the Palestinian Youth Movement, who has been organizing tirelessly in New York City, in Washington, D.C., all over the country, in the US and in Canada. And Nas is going to introduce PYM.
Hi, everyone. My name is Naz. I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement. We're a transnational grassroots organization of Palestinian and Arab youth fighting for the liberation of our homeland from Zionism and imperialist aggression. And I'm just very thankful to be here with you all. Thank you to Judson. Thank you to the organizers of today's event. I just have a couple of words. I suppose I've been struggling to understand the role of what gatherings like this can do for us right now, what their importance is after these 142 days of hell. And as I thought about it, I suppose that gatherings like this help to give some sort of coherence to that most incoherent and indescribable thing, this pain and this rage. To be in political struggle together teaches us, for example, the difference between death and martyrdom. It gives meaning to our pain and places it within a long legacy of struggle. And recently my words have been failing me, so I've been revisiting a lot of the words of others. And I've been thinking about the late revolutionary Ghassan Kanafani. He was, a journalist, a novelist, an intellectual, a cadre, a freedom fighter, who was assassinated by the Israeli intelligence services along with his niece, and whose political legacy lives on. Particularly, he means a lot to an organization like Palestinian Youth Movement. So I've been thinking of a letter that he addressed to his son, and I hope you'll humor me while I read a passage from it. He says, "I heard you in the other room asking your mother, 'Mama, am I a Palestinian?' When she answered yes, a heavy silence fell on the whole house. It was as if something hanging over our heads had fallen, its noise exploding, then silence. Afterwards, I heard you crying. I could not move. There was something bigger than my awareness being born in the other room through your bewildered sobbing. It was as if a blessed scalpel was cutting up your chest and putting there the heart that belongs to you. I was unable to move to see what was happening in the other room. I knew, however, that a distant homeland was being born again. Hills, plains, olive groves, dead people, torn banners and folded ones, all cutting their way into the future of flesh and blood and being born in the heart of another child. Do not believe a man grows. No, he is born suddenly. A word, a moment, penetrates his heart to a new throb. One scene can hurl him down from the ceiling of childhood onto the ruggedness of the road. I know now in this seemingly unending agony, it feels like our hearts are being cut out of our chests, but the opposite is true. The pain we feel means that that blessed scalpel is giving us each the heart that belongs to us. It means that our conscience is tied to Gaza like flesh to bone. We struggle for a word where the phrase airstrike on a refugee camp cannot exist. We struggle for a world where our people do not have to wave white flags on death marches or starve to death in the arms of their loved ones. We can understand the brutality we are witnessing. The coalition of murderers, torturers, and starvers is simply Zionism's last pathetic tantrum against the realization of its own frailty, a mad lashing out against the rigging of revolution. The struggle for justice is still young, and we are its inheritors. Our duty now is to redouble our commitments, to organize, to escalate, and of course to protect and support one another. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Palestinian Youth Movement for all their work. And thank you all for being here. My name is Aaron, or A, call me the A, they, them pronouns. And I'm just here to introduce the Kairos Center. So the Kairos Center for Religions, Rights, and Social Justice runs a freedom church for the poor. They are housed at Union Theological Seminary, and they are a national organization committed to building a movement to end poverty, led by the poor. Drawing on the power of religions and human rights, they are a center for movement strategy, coordination, and education among the poor across all lines of division. Here they are.
Remember you. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my
my name.
Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Not in my name.
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 Let Gaza live.
Gaza live.
Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live.
Let Gaza live.
Free Palestine.
Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name. Not in my name. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live. Let Gaza live.
Not in my name.
Not in my name. Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Not in my name.
Not in my name.
The last few weeks have been particularly tumultuous. From the war and genocide in Palestine, Congo, and Sudan, the political unrest in the U.S., one thing that has become clear is the ways in which society does change. The collective struggle for liberation in Palestine is the proof. This political struggle has historically been a marginal issue in the collective consciousness, but as of late is becoming mainstream. This reality shift is particularly due to the consciousness changing around it, but also directly related to coalition building across differences. I have had the honor of organizing with some outstanding cohorts of humans from different organizations, including Jewish Voice for Peace, Union Theological Seminary, the People's Forum, Answer Coalition, and the Party for Socialism and Liberation, or the PSL. Each of these collectives are separate entities with their own set of spiritual political ideologies and agendas, and are composed of individuals from a vast array of intersectional identities. The magnitude of this current moment is a mirror of which, and a window to my own political transformation and potential. In shifting the habitual patterns of how I view the world and how I move through it, I understand that the coalition building across differences, nurturing healthier relationships, and being intentional about what I align with is vital. Now, unlike Malcolm X, whose transformation occurred while in prison, my transformation happened while on the way to jail. I refused to go with the status quo and agreed to risk the oppressed, shifting from an individualistic mindset to a collectivist one. I found God while handcuffed in the back of the paddy wagon, singing freedom songs with my fellow comrades in bondage. For me, struggling for liberation is spiritual practice. Nonviolent direct action is church, radical texts are scripture, and God is for humanity. God is love, and I believe in the power of love. Let Gaza live.
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 Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. You can stand, y'all, if you'd like to sing this out with us. Stand up if you can. You don't have to, but join us, please. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Let them hear you outside, y'all. Free Palestine. 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 Ceasefire now. 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 Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Not in our name. 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 Free Palestine. 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 Let Gaza live. 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 Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Good afternoon. My name's Gary English, and I'm here to represent, it's my very, very great privilege to represent the Freedom Theater and the Jenin refugee camp. To remind us all of my good friend Mustafa Shita, who sits in prison to this day. I had the privilege in the aftermath of the murder of Juliana Mer Khamis to serve as artistic director 2012 and 2013. The Freedom Theater is nothing less than a miracle. A major international theater company that exists in a refugee camp in the northernmost corner of the West Bank. It was founded in 2006 by three people, Juliana Mer Khamis, Jonathan Stanzak, an activist from Sweden, and Zakaria Zubeidi, former commander of the Al-Aqsa Martyr Brigade in Jenin, a fighter during the Second Intifada, who also now sits in prison without charge. Zakaria was one of the 5 prisoners that escaped Gilboa prison a few years ago, if you may remember. He is indeed my very close friend. And if there's one word for the theater that I think begins to measure up to the strength of the Palestinian, it's persistence. After the theater opened and Giuliano was killed in 2010, the theater persisted. After continuing assaults by the Israeli military and the Palestinian Authority, arrests of artistic staff, censorship of productions, the theater persisted. Today, even now, as the roads are bulldozed, the offices have been destroyed, the computers smashed, the theater persists. And I'm going to just close with one moment that Monica and Leah were with us at the time in September during a feminist theater festival. And just to enhance it, can we turn out the lights? Is it possible to dim the lights? And can everybody take out their phone? If it's possible to dim the lights, and if everybody can take out their phone and turn on your flashlight, even the lights on me if possible. This is how we lit a production in Jenin in September. In the middle of the night, during a one-woman show from an artist from Haifa, the Israeli army cut the power to the camp and attacked the camp for 2 hours in the middle of a performance. Imagine yourselves in such a situation. What would be your first instinct? 150 people in the audience, within seconds, pulled out their phones, turned on their flashlights so the actress could continue, and held their flashlights up for another 40 minutes while gunfire and rockets exploded outside in the street. And the actress persisted. We are now in the Palestinian in the position of the Palestinian liberation movement of what has been called the long middle. We don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know what the end looks like. But the persistence and the commitment of people like you that have taken hold of this country, of this city, is going to make a difference, is going to impact U.S. policy, is going to keep alive the spirit of Giuliano and Mustafa and Bilal and the other actors that have been arrested at checkpoints, because the theater is the symbol of cultural resistance in Palestine and abroad. Thank you for your support. Thank you for keeping the message alive. And now we're going to see a short video of Tabassi, Ahmed Tabassi, the current artistic director, to describe conditions. Thank you very much.
For us, we as a Palestinian, we are too bored of this life, that we are too bored of this legacy of the world, that they're promising humanity, promising democracy. This is cannot go on again. I mean, we as Palestinians, now we arrived to the point that we cannot wait for another promise. We have to do something, even as Palestinians. But even though we still, in the Freedom Theater, is a cultural, artistic place where we have children, young people, girls, boys, women, to come here to practice, to find a place where they can express themselves, where they can imagine there is a better life, a better place in this world, where they can decide their future in different ways, to choose to be different from the reality that we're living in. Still the Israelis come and they're telling us, no, you cannot dream, you cannot think that you can be something different from the reality around you. You are under occupation, and that's your destiny as a Palestinian, to grow up, to be born, to grow up and die under brutal, crazy, violent occupation, that they don't believe in anything, not in art, they arrest us as artists, as the people who do theater. They arrest, they destroy everything that shows there is a culture, there is art that we Palestinians, we are a normal people. The Israeli soldiers believe we are not a human being. That's why they're killing us in a very easy way. That's why they destroy theaters and cultural places, because also they believe no one in this world can ask them to stop. No one can tell them you can't do this. They believe, as an Israelis, they can do whatever they want, and no one in this world can tell them what you are doing. So I'm asking all the artists in this world, and you know, as Giuliano Merkhamis and Zakaria Zubeidi, the main founders of the Freedom Theater, was believing the third intifada, which we're doing now, it's gonna be a cultural, artistic intifada. We asking also all the friends all around the world, you have to unite, and we have to fight not just for Palestinians. We have to fight for this planet, for the humanity, for each community and each country still under colonization or under occupation. This planet is very important, that we're gonna live together in this planet without all this hate, without all this violence, that the only country creating this and make all this world unstable, it's Israel.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I am here from the group Writers Against the War on Gaza, and it is my honor and pleasure to introduce one of our members, Sarah Aziza. She is a Palestinian-American writer who is living in New York City. She has lived and worked in Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Jordan, South Africa, and the West Bank. In addition to here, she is a beautiful writer. We are so fortunate to have her here today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the beautiful music that we were let in earlier. Thank you to all of the organizers. I'm honored to be here. Please bear with me for one moment because my phone is failing me. Sorry, here we go. So just to introduce this short piece that I'm going to read, it is part of a series of correspondences that I've been writing back and forth with the Palestinian poet George Abraham. We began writing to each other in September 2023. I approached them, last summer actually, just because I wanted to open a conversation as two Palestinian writers in the diaspora about the dilemma of being a Palestinian writer and artist, and the way that we feel our narrative is so often chained to our catastrophe, and the places that we are allotted in the cultural landscape are usually places of subjugation, places where we need to recapitulate the worst that has ever happened to us, and those are the only stories the world wants to hear, and again, and never seems to do justice to our people, and it never seems to bring us liberation. So what is our role as writers, writing in English? And anyway, we began writing in September, and obviously the world changed drastically in October, and we've continued these correspondences since. The first 6 were published recently in The Nation, and the next batch will be out eventually. But I'm gonna read you a letter that I wrote to George. It's like the 4th or 5th in our series. This was written in November 2023, over 3 months ago, and I'm afraid that, as you listen, you may agree that it is just as relevant today, except for the numbers of the dead that I reference. So, Habibi George, how I wish we had nothing more to say to each other about destruction. How I wish the repetition would end, empty into a finally new moment. A day of holy quiet skies, our torn land left at last to breathe. Instead, in the time since I last wrote you, we have seen the official death count, which many believe is an underestimation, multiply almost tenfold. As I compose this letter, they name over 11,000 slain. For the last month, our souls have been shattered, mangled by the shrapnel of our live-streamed genocide. I am forced to knock out the walls of my imagination again and again to make way for ever-deepening depravity. I discover what a body looks like when it is both bloodless and crushed. I learn how long a premature baby can survive without warmth. I now know what it sounds like when a 4-year-old orphan describes war. I hear my father sob as I never have before. Throughout, I have felt almost criminal for my physical safety, even as I am assaulted on every other plane. As you say, we have been reminded in the strongest possible terms yet how it feels to be erased. Each day around the world, we are obliterated with both silence and speech. We have watched governments, companies, and campuses scramble to outdo one another in vilifying our existence, abandoning all rationality in their determination to marginalize and smear. There is indeed a colonial onto-epistemic system set on our total annihilation, and it is staggering to be valued so little while mattering so much. I have caught myself muttering, I can't believe I'm Palestinian, which is just my clumsy way of saying that I don't know how to grasp the way our mere existence has set the world on fire. Even after a lifetime of being treated as rhetorical, I am still shocked at our cruel peculiarity. I have spent my fair share of years trying to earn my humanity, contorting and performing, conceding and caveating, hoping the right combination of words and self-subtractions might render me admissible in the courts of colonial power. Perhaps, I once thought, if I can earn their empathy, they will admit our right to, if not liberation, then at least to life. Thank God, I have long since given up that fight. There are those who can see, as you did, the man running through that torn fence and know what his legs truly race toward and from. The rest will call him only terrorist and insist on his death. They will not grasp that theirs is a world which requires this man, on any side of the fence, to be always already both terrorist and dead. My view now, it is not my work to engage in the oppressor's worst thoughts about me. As a Palestinian, I have tried to remain in conversation with life. Of course, this feels near impossible lately. You describe the dissolution of the inside-outside of catastrophe, and my flesh says this is true. My body, always the first to register spiritual distress, has been quite literally falling apart. Some days, overwhelmed by our death, at least 26 in my family, Allah yarhamhum, I have folded catatonic on the floor. Yet I have also turned back from collapse again and again, turned to those iconic and tragically abundant clips of our people scrambling to rescue bodies from debris. Watching their dust-choked bodies move, their limbs thinner by the day, I fill with wonder and bewilderment. How, I wonder, as in, how do they still have strength? And, more provocatively, why? Why have we not succumbed? What is the life these bodies are hauled back into? What is the world they receive? After years of grinding, atrophic misery, why do we, cling to life? I have decided my answer is love. It is a word that, if I am lucky, I will spend this lifetime trying to understand. But what I can say is, love defies the construction of simple present past. Perhaps it is that spectral weight you speak of, which knows no end in death. Perhaps what holds us is something beyond the event horizon, a gravity of things unseen. Here, I think, we come to your question of how we and our art might go beyond the mere act of witnessing. Because as potent as witness may be, I struggle to see it as a position of power. I want to be, as you say, responsibly insurgent. I too want structural change. And this touches on something I've been pondering, the condition of our species. When, on October 7th, I began expecting this genocide, it was in large part because of how we've been utterly dehumanized. We've all heard the terms used by Israeli and American officials to describe us: animals, savages, etc. We rightly fear what violence can befall a population rendered in such inhuman terms. And yet, what is it exactly we mean by human, I wonder? Under this name, we have a long history of bloodshed and tyranny. Lately, the issue of climate change alone has me uncertain of whether Homo sapiens will or should survive. If we cannot respect the clear language of nature, do we deserve a future there? This is not to discount the utter preciousness of individuals. I mostly want to live my own life, long and full if I can. And I honor and affirm my neighbor's desire for the same. Yet, what is this thing we call humanity? It is the word we appeal to when asking for mercy. And yet it is the category from which so many, not just Palestinians, have been functionally excluded. Now, when the so-called civilized world is again roundly and proudly supporting mass death, it becomes ever clearer to me that their humanity is not mine. And I am not alone in this reflection. In the past week alone, I have heard Fred Moten harp on similar ideas and listened to a poem our Lebanese friend wrote to this effect. Something at the core of our human-built world is failing not only Palestine, but everyone. I have always hoped a liberated Palestine would be a place where we might experiment in life beyond the nation-state. Having been denied active participation in this historical epoch, I saw us poised to be leaders in moving humanity beyond it. But now I ponder a more radical reinvention. What to us is this humanity we have pledged ourselves to? What might we create instead? So, to finally come to the question of our writing and the interruptions of grief, I have had no choice but to follow my body for hours away from the screen. I have let my face leak onto the floor. I have exhaled shallow breaths, wishing I could send them to those gasping under falling skies. But perhaps it is only right that our grip on narrative is faltering. Maybe we are midwifing something radically new. Perhaps, just as art wounds theory, our existence and our struggle to exist is wounding the very premises on which our current world is built. Perhaps we can and must allow ourselves to be guided differently, pulled by the spectral weight of our love, even if it means running through walls. Yours, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Hi, everybody. How are you all doing? You all right? I have a couple announcements. My name is Monica. I'm with Unlimited Collective. If you have an empty chair next to you, would you raise your hand, please? So I know there's a lot of people standing. If you'd like to come take a seat, there's a lot of seats available. Thank you for that. And also we have, I don't know if you know, but in the balcony up here, we have some wonderful healers there from Minka, and they're offering healings to all of you throughout the rest of this, this event. So I'm gonna read what these healing offerings are, and you can go up this stairwell here up to the balcony for that. There are grief divinations for generative movement. There are laying of hands, there is energy healing and resourcing, and there's energy healing for systemic and intergenerational trauma. So if you have a chance and you would like to, you can still listen to the programming as it happens and get some healing in. Thank you so much for offering that. And now I'm very, very excited to introduce you to, we're very happy to have him here, to have Fouad Dakwar. Yes, yeah, you can cheer. I was gonna say the bio too, but. Fouad Dakwar is a Palestinian creative and a musical theater writer. Thank you so much, Fouad.
Fouad can't figure out how to work a soundboard. There we go, we got it. You got it? Yeah, thank you. Hi, everybody. Oh, yeah, this mic? Yeah, can we get a hand for everybody who's spoken and performed so far? And as well as all the organizers today. And a hand for the Freedom Theater as well. And all cultural resistance advocates. I have a punk protest song for you all today. All right. Monarch, where do you live? Forget your China sets. We'll take you out for a dip in the riverbed instead. Monarch, where do you live? Forget your chalices. Whether you sink or you swim is not decided yet. 'Cause when the stars, they clasp our hands, they're creeping up on me. They hum a tune and they do a dance. You're keeping up, I see. The stars are our biggest fans. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw your monarchs in riverbeds. Today's our day to turn and say off again with all your heads. Throw your monarchs in riverbeds. Today's our day to turn and say off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, oh. Off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Off again with all your heads. Monarch, where do you live? You've yet to pay your debts. We'll start to take and forgive, and then we'll see what's left. 'Cause when the stars, they clasp our hands, they're creeping up on me. They hum a tune and they do a dance. Keep it up, I see. The stars are our biggest fans. Could you not hear the guitar this whole time? I was performing a cappella, wasn't I? That's okay, the acoustics in here, it works brilliantly. Amazing. Here we go. Throw your monarchs in riverbeds. Today's our day to turn and say off again with all your heads. Throw your monarchs in riverbeds. Today's our day to turn and say off again with all your heads. Throw your monarchs in riverbeds. Today's our day to turn and say off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, oh. Off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, oh. Off again with all your heads. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Off again with all of your heads. Thank you all so much. And thank you for being here.
I want to introduce the video first, but Nisreen Montasir from Mamas for a Free Palestine is a grassroots group that has been formed in the last few months and is a member of the Shut It Down for Palestine Coalition. And they say, at Mamas, we believe a mother's love transcends borders. All mothers should feel another mother's pain. So first the video, Nisreen Mustasir.
Wishful skies, I wish I was a Gaza kite. A whimsical kite I wish I could be, the sunlight illuminating me, dancing in the wind, twirling with glee, forever wild and carefree. Amidst chaos, above a land of uncertainty, the sky my domain, my sanctuary, unlimited horizons painting the skies, a chance to travel far where beauty lies, a realm of dreams to take flight, adorned in colors, threads weaving stories untold, a tale whispers hopes waiting to unfold, a symbol of resilience and freedom, soaring through the skies. In defiance it rises unclaimed, for every fall is a chance to rise untamed. In every flight, in every sway, a silent protest, a proud display. How I wish I were a Gaza kite in the sky, for the winds to lift and carry me, sending a message of hope for all to see. Gaza's children will soon fly free.
Let the birds soar. Let them spread their wings when they are full grown. Let the birds soar when the time comes to leave their throne. Let the birds soar far into the horizon, away from their prey. Let the birds soar free in a colony while singing praises to their Lord in harmony. Let the birds soar in bliss from the evening to the morning to receive the sun's kiss. Let the birds soar and explore, their curiosities will have them yearn for more. Let the birds soar to build a home where they are free to roam. Birds are meant to soar between the heavens and the earth, but as the skies turn gray, the rainbow slips away when you confine them to a cage, acting uncivilized, destroying their wings in an act of rage. Birds soar to adorn the skies, not lay scorned on the unearthly ground to mourn. Free Gaza.
Okay, all right. It's a lot to take in. Again, I'm Hannah. This is something to feel in our bodies, the processing so far. So if you would shift to the front edge of your chair if that's comfortable, and feel your long spine. Uncross your legs if that seems possible now, and lift and spread your toes. Root them down into the earth underneath the floor. Take a moment just to feel the breath and awareness of yourself supported by the chair supported by the floor. If it feels good, close the eyes. This is for you. That creative, persistent, urgent buzzing that's in the body, we're breathing into it. That fatigue, that exhaustion, the desperation, the grief, the rage. Notice if it's possible to pull belly button just gently in and feel the power in our gut. Engaging low abdominal muscles, just enough to feel powerful and supported. The back pain, having a little bit more to hold up. Inhale, open the edges of the heart, tilting the chest slightly upward, shoulders find one another on the back. Remaining open to this moment, difficult as it is, hopeful as it is, we'll open our eyes and do a little self-care. So hands are going to rub together, creating heat. I'll stay in the microphone. Manatsu will show you. So your beautiful hands, creating some energy and heat. This is the resource we always have, especially here in the winter. And we'll place the hands on the top of the head. That gentle, precious touch, opening what's known to be the center of our knowledge, our insight, right? And those beautiful, gentle hands can come down over the eyes, just gently resting. The intensity of the seeing, constant work in organizing, constant looking, constant eye contact. Let's just let the eyes be soft here in the sockets. If you want to generate heat between the hands again, you can do that, putting the hands back over the eyes. And if it would feel good with the eyes closed, to just take your hands and tactily just massage the bone structure in the face. Maybe it's the first time today you're feeling your breath, you're feeling your face, you're feeling yourself here in this room. And with those warm hands, just gently caressing the front of the neck, one hand and the other one, again and again. So much of our speech with one another outside this room, at our workplaces, and with our families is strained at this time. I know for me, one of the biggest heartbreaks has been talking with my family. And maybe you can put a hand on your chest, bringing some warmth. Feeling was there. Taking a big breath. The hands might slide down to the core power center, the belly. So many of us hold our feelings in our belly. You might put your warm hands down on your hip flexors. And then slide your hands down the skin on the legs. If it feels good to bend all the way over, you can kind of just find all the topical skin, just waking up the sensation in the body. Then notice what comes up, the messages in the mind, the thoughts that might stay close to your own kind of palpable touch here. And if we think for a second together, where in the body do you feel powerful? Where in the body do you feel resourced, especially today? I was thinking right before I came on the microphone, it was my thighs. Maybe you can take your warm hands and place them on a part of your body that feels especially resourced to continue this work together. Where is it? Is it in that same space of all that grief? Is it in a different part of your body you haven't necessarily thought of as powerful? Where is it today? Just an experiment. Maybe you can place your warm hands. Is it in your feet? Is it on your head? It's over your mouth. And in this moment of feeling powerful, what can you offer? What ideas are coming to the mind? What's already living inside you that you're carrying forward into your relationships, into your organizing work, into your communities? Maybe all of this is not so available, right? And then a moment just to turn to your neighbor and have a little chat. 30-second chat, maybe hearing each other. What came up? Making sure you have an opportunity to switch turns, so you hear what's going on for someone else, where in their body they're powerful today, what's going on at the centers of their grief and rage. And if you haven't already exchanged names or numbers, go ahead and do that. This is our community. These are our people. Okay, and coming back together, we'll move on. Thank you.
Dareen Tatour is a Palestinian poet, and she was imprisoned by Israel for writing a poem. So we're just gonna sing about 10 times together, one line from that poem. Resist, my people, resist them. 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 One more time. Resist, my people, resist them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One more reminder, if you'd like to come take a seat, we do have empty seats up here. Up next, we're going to introduce Najwa and Dalia from the Palestinian Feminist Collective, and they will share a little bit about the important work that they are doing.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Dalia. I'm a member of the Palestinian Feminist Collective. I'm here with Najwa. We are the Palestinian Feminist Collective, and we wanted to share a bit about some of the work we've been doing, and also hope that it will invite all of you to better understand Palestine as a feminist issue. The Palestinian Feminist Collective is a body of Palestinian and Arab feminists primarily located in Turtle Island, the unceded lands known as North America. We are an intergenerational collective that is committed to achieving liberation by confronting systemic gendered, sexual, and colonial violence, oppression, and dispossession. We resist the normalization of Zionist violence, oppression, and hegemony in all aspects, including within so-called feminist spaces. And we assert that Zionism is incompatible with feminism and call to shut down any sense that they are. PFC has recently been leading a series of actions called Shut Down Colonial Feminism. We held our first national march here in New York City on January 12th, which, yeah. We targeted Senator Kristen Gillibrand's office, the Zionist consulate, the Office of UN Women, and the New York Times building. They are all perpetrators of what we are calling colonial feminism, weaponizing language of women's rights and human rights to harm our people and attempt to erase Palestinians. They use Western colonial discourses and deploy the language of liberating women, quote unquote, to justify invasions, genocide, military occupation, resource extraction, and labor exploitation. They go so far as to spread unfounded Zionist propaganda, and it goes unquestioned because of the inherent white supremacist and racist viewpoints. Many of us all over the global South and BIPOC communities here in the US are extremely familiar with these tactics of dehumanization. Colonial feminism depicts our women as helpless victims in need of saving from our own culture, society, and even religion, while simultaneously rendering them disposable, threatening, and deserving of death. Palestinian men have also been depicted, especially in these times, as crude, brutal aggressors, sexual predators, and loveless figures, and we do not accept this. Perhaps the most painful, even our children are brazenly spoken about as worthless and dangerous. We believe it is critical that these tactics are recognized for what they truly are and never become normalized. Feminism cannot ever be compatible with any narrative or system of dehumanization and destruction of land and life.
And while colonial feminism feigns concern for humanity and women's rights of some, they gloss over the fact that we continue to witness the IOF committing acts of gender and sexual violence. IOF soldiers even go so far as to document themselves without shame as they commit these atrocities. We have seen their campaigns of mass arrests, sexual humiliation, and torture across Palestine. We know that there have been mass instances of assault, theft, and the denial of medical care, particularly to pregnant and birthing women and their newborn babies, something we call reproductive genocide. We witness the deliberate starvation of children and adults, the prevention of humanitarian aid, the violation of Palestinian women's and families' intimate lives. These forms of aggression and violence are not the only examples, nor are they new. These tactics have been central to the Zionist occupation of our homeland, expulsion of our people, and the endless warfare waged upon Palestinian life. Rather than holding the occupation accountable, colonial feminists joined them in silencing and undermining the collective aspirations of Palestinian women and their co-strugglers. Hand in hand, they have set the conditions for the world to turn their backs as Rafah is under threat of a ground invasion in just a few weeks. They enable the intensified political repression that criminalizes free speech on Palestine that we are seeing in far too many campuses and organizations. The goal of PFC's recent actions are to call this hypocrisy out and to reaffirm that Palestine is a feminist issue. We want to build up that feminism is compatible with Palestinian liberation and collective liberation, which is why it's so important that we've all joined here together today. We uphold the legacies of solidarity between Palestinian, Black, Indigenous, Third World feminist, working class, and queer communities who have struggled side by side within larger anti-colonial, anti-capitalist, anti-racist movements in the US and globally. Our commitment to the liberation of Palestinian lands and people is rooted in love, which is the heart of all projects of decolonization. I'll wrap up by inviting you to come find us at our table in the back left to continue to discuss PFC's work, principles, and how we can support each other building towards Palestinian liberation. For International Women's Day on March 8th, we'll continue to call out this hypocrisy of colonial feminism where we see it, and we encourage you to do the same. Several US cities where PFC members live will be hosting a march that day, similar to the one we held here on January 12th that Dalia described. And here in New York, we'll be supporting our comrades and other types of actions and are working on producing a creative piece related to this. So if you'd like to be involved, please come find us, and thank you so much for your time.
Another call and response. Please listen and sing after me. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. From New York to Palestine. Colonization is a crime. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. From the belly of the beast. No justice, no peace. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. From the river to the sea, all people must be free. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Desde el río hasta el mar, Palestina libertad. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. From the bottom to the top, racism's got to stop. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Together we can turn the tide. No more bankrolling apartheid. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. For liberation, take a stand. Ceasefire now is our demand. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Don't stand back while people die. Stop genocide now is our cry. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Nakba means catastrophe. Stop genocide now is our plea. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. No more tax dollars, no more dimes. No arms to Israel for their crimes. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. With art and culture, take a stand. Don't let Israel steal the land. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. The Freedom Theater must survive. They help keep Palestine alive. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Free Mustafa, free Bilal. Free all the prisoners, that's our call. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. The Freedom Theater will persist, defending the right to resist. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. From Rafah crossing to Jenin, stop the Israeli war machine. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Let's build a bridge, tear down a wall, till there's justice for all. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. In New York we're gonna sing till we hear that freedom ring. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. With one voice we're here to say, Free Palestine today. Free Palestine today. Free Palestine today.
Hi, everyone. You hear me? I'm Ash Marinaccio. I am the chair of Friends of Ashtar, New York City. We're an organization dedicated to supporting the work of the Ashtar Theater in Ramallah. Woo, yes, let's hear it for Ashtar. They're an incredible organization. They're the oldest youth theater in the West Bank. They are doing work throughout the West Bank right now. They have a psychosocial program that is working directly on the ground with youth, addressing trauma and building art and theater. I've had the incredible privilege of attending several of their international youth theater festivals. I'm happy to talk with anyone outside of here about how to get involved in Friends of Ashtar. I am here to introduce a video statement by Iman Aoun, the executive director and co-founder of Ashtar. Here she is.
Hello, old and new friends of Ashtar Theatre and Palestine. I would like to thank you all for being with us on this call. I am Iman Aoun, co-founder of Ashtar Theatre, creator of the Gaza Monologues. When we did the Gaza Monologues back in 2010, we thought that that would be the first and last war on our people in Gaza. But alas, it did not work out. Therefore, there was another war, and another, and another, and it continued on and on and on for the last 17 years. At the moment, with all that you have seen in the media, and all that you have done in your countries, in your cities, still, nothing on the ground is being changed. We, as a small company in Palestine, we're trying to keep the voice of the people of Palestine and of the people of Gaza heard. And therefore, we are calling upon you that these monologues, they do not only go into your hearts and minds, but that these monologues will become a paveway for a real change, a real pressure on your governments to take action that will bring justice and long-lasting solution for a sovereign state for Palestine, that the world will all agree to have and will all recognize the state of Palestine. Because through peace and with peace, we can all live as regular people. Thank you for being with us on this call, and we are all together to save our humanity.
Thank you. I'm going to welcome up Nikki Katura from the Writers Against the War on Gaza. Sorry.
I'm Sarah, here from Writers Against the War on Gaza. Before we introduce our next member, Nikki Katura, who will be reading, I want to say that if you are here today and you belong to an academic academic or cultural institution that has not yet committed to the Palestinian academic and cultural boycott of Israel, please consider enlisting in what is finally a real culture war. A war for the soul of culture in which we are fighting to make culture stand for life. Stop by our table and or email us to find out more. Nikki Katura is a Palestinian writer and editor. His writing has been featured in Mondevice, Palestine Studies, Middle East Eye, GQ Middle East, and Them. Nikki?
Hi everyone. Thank you. I'm here from Philly. It's good to be here in New York. I'm going to read this piece that I wrote on day 56, and devastatingly I read it again on day 142. When I was younger, I used to sing all the time. In my room with the door open, in the school production, in the car, no matter where I was, there was always some kind of melody escaping my lips. My mother, without fail, would reply, "Islam li hasot." What a beautiful voice, or in its literal translation, may it be preserved for me, this voice. I've always been fascinated by the voice. It's a scientific marvel, a miracle that muscles, when tensed the right way, can produce sound. Sound that can reflect and create and develop consciousness, not just for the person speaking, but for the people listening. The beauty of the voice lies in its uniqueness, its versatility, the timbre and bass, whether it's high or low-pitched, nasal or raspy, screaming, whispering, joyful, crying, frustrated, the emotions it can espouse, the politics it can convey, the stories it can tell, and the songs it can sing. Palestinians know this, how sacred the voice is. Why else would they comment on its beauty by wishing to preserve it and capture its essence forever? Islam li hasot. After all, for some of us, it's the only weapon we possess. Now, there is something seemingly perverse about humming tunes when I spend my days listening to the screams of Palestinians during their apocalypse, their pleas from underneath collapsed buildings, begging for mothers to wake up from death, the shattered sobs of grandfathers losing the souls of their souls. But whether the pen is our megaphone or marching is our prayer, it is our responsibility not just to preserve their voices, but also to raise ours. A few months ago, a video of about 100 students in Gaza rehearsing for their graduation circulated online. Hand in hand, with gleaming faces and a choreography to match, they sang along to Adrin Merha. It translates to, of course we can make it. Of course we can deal with the entire world. The road that appears difficult in the beginning, together you and I can finish it. Islam li hasot. May it be preserved for me this voice because their graduation never happened, and how many of them have survived thus far is devastatingly unclear. We repeat to everyone that will listen that our martyrs are more than just numbers, that they are students, families, peoples with passions, fears, contradictions, voices that sing out, cry, and love. They do not exist and live just for themselves, but also for each other, as peers, relatives, enemies, friends, lovers. Their lives are deeply intertwined. Their choir breaks my heart every single time because it serves as a reminder of the simple yet disgustingly obfuscated fact that people in Gaza are people. Their lives do not begin and end with the span of a video clip, but continue forever changed as we gaze as spectators on their suffering. Perhaps this is why I've watched it compulsively every day, so obsessively in fact that I've immortalized their faces, can recognize the sunglasses they wear, could tell you who they're standing next to. Perhaps listening to their joyful voices over and over and over preserves not just what they sing and what they felt, but preserves them in their entirety and keeps them alive. Later, on October 27th, another choir. Doctors and medical staff stand in front of Al-Auda Hospital, stood steadfast, singing their refusal to abandon their patients. They sing, "We will stay here until the pain passes. We will live here, the song will be sweet. my homeland, my proud homeland. Islam li hasot, may it be preserved for me this voice, for it is a voice that does not waver and does not shake. It is a voice that speaks up even in the face of unspeakable terror, because it is a voice that sings refusal, a voice that refuses to capitulate, a voice that is self-assured in its resistance. May it be preserved for us these voices because they teach us to not falter and to refuse defeat, that Gaza lives, that they sing together, not alone, bound by a sincere love and care for each other, their patience, to their land, to their shared histories, and ultimately towards their collective future. For those of us who have been listening, we have become so familiar with the voices of Gaza that we can close our eyes and know whether it's Montez or Plastia reporting. We wake up every day preserving their voices and like ritual hope to hear, hey everyone, it's Bisan from Gaza, I'm still alive. Gaza is a symphony of voices that echo from within the walls of captivity and escape out to captivate every corner of the world. Whether it is our children holding press conferences begging for respite when they should be playing, or the jubilant cheers of Palestinians celebrating their friend's wedding during the truce. Whether it's the stories we sing in diaspora yearning to return, or the militancy of Gaza residents protesting, chanting death over humiliation, we must preserve their voices. It is our duty to do so, to amplify them, to not judge them, and to most importantly, let them move us to action. Israel does everything in its power to mute them and to mute us, killing journalists, pushing Gaza into repeated blackouts, manipulating our algorithm, stealing our guitars, appropriating us, firing us, doxing us, deplatforming us, incarcerating us. I could go on. But let that speak itself as a testament to the power of our voices. Preservation requires repetition, no matter the cost. Our voices, our sentences, our stories, our gatherings, our songs inflict damage. Islam li hasot. May we preserve the voices of our protest chants, our free, free Palestines, our rivers to the seas, our intifadas, until Palestine is liberated, singing us new songs with freedom as our melody. Thank you so much.
Give it one more time for Nikki Katsura and Writers Against the War on Gaza. Please visit their table to learn more about the work that they're doing. Up next, we have Radical Evolution's street theater crew, Ash Marinaccio, Julian Mesri, Liz Morgan, Beto O'Byrne, Ali Panjwani, and Meropi Perponides.
Good evening, church. I just wanted to say that because we're in a church. My name is Beto, and this is Radical Evolution Street Theater Crew. We make theater for the streets and for the people, and we have performed in front of the governor's office. We have performed at PSC CUNY, at various CUNY organizations. We performed at the People's Forum, and we're so excited to be able to perform here today for all of you. We're going to be presenting a brand new piece that we've been working on that is our response to the US media, and we hope you enjoy it, and welcome to the circus.
Welcome, one and all, ravenous readers and social media scrollers. Behold the most sensational spectacle to ever be performed, and in case you forgot, all the world's a stage. Tonight, feast your eyes on the marvelous, manipulative, Machiavellian, and miseducating modern media circus. Always the same narrative, but never the same story twice. With each daring act, the dangers of telling the truth narrowly escaped by pundits, politicians, propaganda, and the press. allow the illusion of investigation, albeit indoctrination, to distract you and delight you from reality, pull you, lull you, lure you into complicity. Children, please do not be with your parents, or else the algorithm might all go with them. Parents, please do not be with your children. We wouldn't want you giving context to a conflict that's our occupation. Pardon the obfuscation. Just step right up, step right up. All this show will cost you is your soul and your tax dollars. Bring the bucket. One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. And stay until the very, very end, because we wouldn't want you to miss our finale, the terrifying, horrifying, mystifying elephant in the room. And if my grandiosity and grand verbosity already has your head spinning, turn your gaze to our first act, towing the line of objective reporting, walking the tightrope of bias, their gravity-defying and massacre-denying. Behold our flying, lying, alternative factrabats. If she can walk across this headline without any regard for Palestinian lives, it would be a Herculean feat. Oh, she's leaning a little too far to the left, but don't be alarmed, folks. We can make this right. Oh, get your balance. Just call them what they are. Oh, sensational, sensational. More to the right.
I'm falling. I'm gonna slip. This isn't the truth.
Keep going. Beautiful. That's what the New York Times would call a fair and balanced act. No. Yes, yes. The factrabat will be fine. The narrative will continue. We just might need another performer to replace her, but you can help. Where's that bucket? One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. One more nickel, one more dime to see the circus one more time. Oh, thank you. And I see it's the most important part of the New York Times, our most dastardly, devious, distracting duo, those conniving confusion clowns, Wordle and Recipe. What recipe do you have for us today?
Today's recipe is an ethnic delicacy. Our favorite, Israeli falafel.
Amazing. And do you have a word for us today, Wordle?
Wordle's word of the day is cease.
Cease what?
Actually, me and Recipe have a song that we prepared.
A song? That wasn't part of the act.
But everyone loves a musical interlude.
I guess that's true.
I can't believe how many children died. I can't believe how many tears I've cried. We know her words may have left you mortified, because this situation is a
Don't say it!
genuinely bad on both sides. I can't believe how many houses are gone. I can't believe how all the hospitals have been bombed.
But there were tunnels!
I really feel like we're running out of time. Won't please someone call this a war crisis that's been going on since the biblical times? From the river to the sea. But you didn't hear it from me.
That's anti-Semitism.
And if you want a safer way to play it, just make sure you're the president of Israel when you say it.
Much better.
Take it away, Ricky.
Everybody, I can't believe how many thousands died. They won't believe it was with the missiles the United States supplied.
But our response, it was surely justified. Just make sure you don't call it a Jenna unless you all want to get fired, because this one's not like all the other genocides. What have I done? It's the elephant in the room. She's been released. We have to get her back. We just, one more nickel, one more dime. See the circus one more time, come on. Your tax dollars, I need them. One more nickel, one more dime. See the circus one more time. One more nickel.
Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes.
Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes.
But there are allies. Israel has a right to defend itself. You have to pay your taxes.
Not another dime. No more money for Israel's
Give it a hand. I am honored to introduce a new initiative, which is not new. And back in 1986, there was an initiative called Artists Against Apartheid, which was joined by people around the world and which helped bring down the apartheid in South Africa. And it is the artists and cultural producers who are fighting to bring down the 75-year history of apartheid in Palestine that will be doing the efforts and the help that is needed on the ground to support the Palestinian activists and the activists around the world to do this, because as we see tonight, the art will be able to bring us some hope and will bring us the strength to keep going. And so I am honored to introduce Hannah Craig, who is a culture organizer, a cultural coordinator of the People's Forum, and one of the organizers of the current Artists Against Apartheid.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! What a hopeful space in an incredibly urgent moment that we find ourselves in right now. With the impending ground invasion of Rafah, the clock is ticking and we really have to act now. And we know in this room the intense impact that art and cultural work can have in shifting consciousness and building momentum in people's movements. The liberation of Palestine is a great banner for the whole world to take up. And in this moment of US-funded Israeli genocide, Zionist occupation, and apartheid, we as artists have a specific responsibility not only to be joining the struggle in the streets, but in bringing solidarity with Palestine to the people in every single corner of society and to strike the minds and the hearts of the people. Artists Against Apartheid was initiated for Palestine in October of last year as a movement of solidarity of artists and cultural workers with Palestine. And since its launch, over 11,000 artists from around the world have signed on to this powerful statement, and many of you are in the room today. I want to talk today about an extremely important and urgent activity that will be happening on March 2nd. Millions across the world are going to be marching for Gaza on March 2nd. The Israeli government is planning to have a full-scale invasion of Rafah 1 week later, on March 9th, one day before the start of Ramadan. Now is the time that we have to be in the streets. People around the world are going to be in the streets, in cities and towns, including in New York City on March 2nd. It will be an international day of action. And as artists and as cultural workers, we have to join this global call and join in the momentum that is building against the brutal genocide in Gaza. Gaza is facing famine. Its hospitals are besieged. Threats of ground invasion of Rafah are looming, and Israel continues its onslaught in the over 2 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. We as artists, writers, dancers, painters, theater artists, cultural workers, we must mobilize in our communities, in our institutions, and we have to be in the streets on March 2nd. All out for Rafah, all out for Gaza, stop the genocide. You can find Artists Against Apartheid at the table in the back. Come and get a newspaper. Many of the artwork that you'll see lining the space today were made by Artists Against Apartheid. You can download those posters on our website, which is agaistapartheid.art, and come and talk to me and join the movement. And I will see you in the streets March 2nd at 1 p.m. in Washington Square Park. Make sure to get a poster before you leave and stickers to promote this really important mobilization on March 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Artists Against Apartheid. And if you didn't catch it, that March 2nd rally is actually just right across the street from where we are now, Washington Square Park. So hi, it's A again. I'm just here to plug our fundraisers at this event. This event is free and accessible to all people, including our live stream folks. I don't think I've said hi to our live stream folks yet. Hello. And we also suggest donations to a couple of different organizations. The Freedom Theater that you've already heard about, Beit Moal, which provides direct service to people on the ground in Palestine, and also to Masjid, the Muslim Alliance for Sexual and Gender Diversity. Masjid is an incredible organization that does frontline work supporting Muslims who are LGBTQ+, and they are focusing their work on Gaza right now, on Palestinians both inside Palestine and in the diaspora. So if you have some extra money to spend, you can find the QR code at the front desk. You can also find a link in the program. You can find the link at the brown paper ticket entry where you registered for this event. So we encourage you, if you can, to please donate and support these organizations' urgent work. Thank you so much.
Up next, we have the final poet with us this evening. I want to introduce Camelia Omaima Youssef, a poet, teacher, and literary worker based between New York and Dearborn, Detroit, with roots in Lebanon. Welcome, Camelia.
Sorry. Yeah, it would be great to have a stand. Because I carry my papers. I'm kind of working all the time. How many of you guys are just like working and thinking all the time? Yeah. And it's important to take care of yourselves. And I have to say that, thank you so much, Leah. My thoughts have changed. Everything's going to fall. My thoughts have changed from October 7th. Thank you, Habibi. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. It's a little small. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, don't be sorry.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you. Merci. Okay, and can I ask you for that right there, the stand? Thank you. Every day after October 7th, my thoughts have changed. How many of you guys have experienced evolution urgently, acceleratedly during this time? Okay, so yes, and so I hope that everybody's noticing their thoughts, writing them down, archiving them. And so what's happened to my writing in this time is I'm just writing off the cuff all the time because I can't stand to not evolve throughout this process. I also have zines that are I'm collecting donations for, where the donations are going directly to feed people in Gaza. I'm going to open with some lines from this zine, which includes the words of Basil al-A'raj, who is a Palestinian revolutionary who was trained as a pharmacist. He says in his 8 rules, some of them say, the Palestinian resistance consists of guerrilla formations whose strategies follow the logic of guerrilla warfare or hybrid warfare. Never measure it against conventional wars. The enemy will spread photos and videos of their invasion. This is part of psychological warfare. Don't let it weaken your resolve. Never spread the occupation's propaganda, and do not contribute to instilling a sense of defeat. Every Palestinian is on the front lines of the battle for Palestine, so be careful to not fail in your duty. Keep these in your pocket and feed people. Now this stage of apocalypse, the only gun I got is poetry, not poems. The only language I got is poetry. How could I manage a single thing? The constraint of a page and then ending on a period, a possible question mark, or even a dash for interruption. My mind holds poetry, not poems. How about survival? Sharpen your knife. I'm telling you to sharpen your oyster knife, like Zora Neale Hurston told you to do. The professional revolutionary said, prepare for the bleeding. The professional revolutionary asked, whose blood? The professional revolutionary said, the martyrs. The professional revolutionary thought, Jesus? The professional revolutionary read his mind, said yes, every single one of him. The professional revolutionary asked, and will he return? And the professional revolutionary answered, yes, every single one of him. In this pernicious peril of the sullied earth, may all the coroners wear a gauze crown. Take their shields far from our angels. Take the flesh, the collision, the feast away from the paranoid nation. They wear fear so festeringly, it shows on their snarl. Sorority soldiers can't even bake bread, it falls with every one of their rises. Their ancestors have abandoned them in shame. May this be a curse on the conscience, a dagger to the pride, the snake around the jolting neck. May this hover above their machines. May their alien eyes cake with mud. May their hands stiffen with sod. May their belligerent ballistics live in their own mouths. And may they wait in fearsome, may they wait for the fearsome detonation. I can't help but curse and sleep these days, and see to it that the warriors remain in the task. Oh, you who feed each other, I wish you seeds and generations. I wish you softened calluses in children's laughter. I hope song visits you daily, and may even your mornings have some tunes to hold your praying hearts. I don't always will prayer. At times it arrives, at times it forgets me. It forgoes us, passing us by. What is this ongoing violence but everything we've ever known coming to a shrilling singularity? I am remembering the guidances of my teachers, oh, my teachers who I ongoingly fail. I remember them and pray daily and hold my callous tongue, heavy with non-utterances. My teachers, they said, there is no centralized revolution. Autonomize your movements. All limbs trust we are of the same body. Act in your way and then a new way, and stay and be where you are. Believe in your being and disarm the illusions. The revolution, oh, that word. Allow me to reassure myself, my love for you is two loves, a love for you and a love for the wind. The prophecies say a third of us will perish one way and a third another way, and a third will remain awaiting the great wind of the pious. I must love the wind that will take me away. This is the terror of submission. Professional revolutionary operations, keep your secrets and stay alive. Perilous guarantee of ominous eyes hanging from these upper windows on upper sides. Threats of what has already been done. How do I, as the graves await their turn to be turned over, tilled, take my flesh and plant it into the earth that needs me? To whom can I be useful? May I be useful to my elders, whose words I've inherited from other elders. It is worth it. It is radical, they said, for us to stay, do, and stay put. It is not that we are not the same, it is that we are not. It is sameness that makes for tyranny at some stage. I'm sure that some of us came here easy. I'm just not familiar with who these us's are. Are you sick of our tragedies yet? Get sicker. Where is the party line? I can't stop my awareness of the viper's thirst. The viper is nowhere near me, though I live in the viper's nest. Daily I submit my labors to the IRS. The rubble makes me differently. How does it unmake you? The sameness may accumulate there. It is empathy's momentary repetition and then its absence. The communists in Brooklyn say, now is the time for the necessary end to the self. The question I wanted to ask them, what are you willing to sacrifice? I ask this to everyone in every space. What are you willing to sacrifice? I start with sacrificing certainty. How about your home? Opening it, facadeless, sustenance, food, eternal Ramadan, a sense of personal particular morality? How about that feeling that I am good and worthy of love? Will you forego the innocent lamb of you? If we must self-sacrifice image, will we forego the silence around our own sins? Maybe we need a model for anti-Zionist repentance. There's no forgiveness here. No, not yet. Just a party line reaching towards alignment. Thank you.
We're almost at the end of our programming, y'all. This is what's up. We've got music coming up, an amazing dance performance, drag performance, and then a Colombian musical collective. So that's gonna shut us down for the evening. And right now I'm gonna introduce Michael Joseph Birdie, a Syrian-Italian musician based in Brooklyn, combining instruments from different cultures to expose listeners to music which provides a sound that is both familiar to the cultures they are inspired by and unique unto itself, accompanied by David Charovsky. Thank you. Michael Joseph Birdie.
Hello. We're going to play some music from the Arab world and Palestine. And free Palestine, and our hearts are in Gaza. Thank you. Again, I'm Michael Joseph Birdie. This is David Tarowski. Free Palestine.
Hello, my name is Manatsu. I use they them pronouns. I am a dancer. This song by Dam, a Palestinian hip-hop group, Jaweli, is about two lovers trying to love each other while they have the freedom to, and how love is a liberation that no one can take it away. And this ignited within me. Humanity and liberation are eternal lovers. Let them love without fear. Let them live without oppression. Our hands, our hearts, our empathy shall shelter them, and we must keep the songs of their love alive and unforgotten. Their love is a phoenix flying so free, spreading its wings of flame through our bodies, dropping flame drops to our hearts, igniting candle lights of warmth, empathy, and passion. Let your humanity lead you to our collective liberation. As they are lovers, they know to find their way. I am a dancer and a believer that if humanity needs to seek shelter, that safe place should be found within our bodies, in our hearts. I'll be dancing to the heartbeats of our collective humanity today. La humanidad y la liberación son amantes eternas. Su amor es un fénix. Soy danza y creyente que si la humanidad necesita buscar refugio, ese lugar seguro debe encontrarse en nuestros cuerpos. Hoy estaré variando al ritmo de los latidos del corazón de nuestra humanidad colectiva. Gracias.
قبل ما يجوا يطموا الأفمام بيمارسوا العنف باسم الدين بيقولك الحب صنع الشيطان اهدني نفسك لا تهدى من تهديدهم معاش اللي يفكر في تكفيرهم خلينا في عتمتنا بلد وبوليسهم
كله بقولك وقف فريزي ومدى الفاجر
شعوب عوجاء
وعم بدي مصاطر
ضوضاء
وجسدك الاسفنج العازل
ثورات بتبلش بالسرير وبتنزل للشارع
فكي كل جنازيرهم كلبشيني لبسوني تهمتي عريني ذوقيني فاكهة ممنوعة طرديني من أوهامهم اسكنيني
خلينا لف فيها كل العواصم بدي احيش فيها
بلا 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 ما تستر خلي حبنا يزهر بالسعودية.
بالنسبة لي هاي الثورة الحقيقية، أنا وأنت بشي زاوية سورية.
نشرب متك نشرب نخبك أعطيكي وردك قدام أهلك.
نعيش لحظة بلا هيئاتهم،
نعيش طبيعي بلا صبغاتهم.
ولدينا بالهم
والهم مش راضي فينا.
هاتي خدك قبل ما يمنع غنينا.
بدي أحب السر
واحكي بالشفرة،
بكرة بنتلتم
قدام الشبيحة.
حبينا كأنه
ما فيش حدا،
أكنه علمنا من جديد البنا.
Thank you so much, Manatsu. Up next, we have Brooklyn-based drag queen, Mehmooni.
دلم تنگه برای گریه کردن. کجاست مادر کجاست گهواره من؟ همون گهواره‌ای که خاطرم نیست، همون امنیت حقیقی و راست، همون جایی که شاهزاده قصه همیشه دختر فقیر رو میخواست، همون شهری که قد خود من بود از این دنیا، ولی خیلی بزرگتر، نه ترس سایه بود نه وحشت باد، نه من گم می شدم نه یک کبوتر. دلم تنگه برای گریه کردن. کجاست مادر کجاست گهواره که هرچی نفس سبز بریده نمیدونه کسی که سخت موندن مثل برگ روی شاخه تکیده. دلم تنگه برای گریه کردن. کجاست مادر کجاست گهواره
Oh, amazing. Press the button and it goes. So if we're up here again, if you were here at the beginning, it means we're pretty much at the end of the stage program. We have one more amazing band, which means that Mike and I are really just here to say thank you so much to everybody for being a part of this. This was such a beautiful and nourishing event. So technically on the clock, though, you know, I don't think Mike is going to chase you out the door at exactly 7. We have until 7 p.m. in this space. There's one more beautiful musical act. If you haven't gone up to get a healing, you've got another half an hour for that. Highly recommended. Please get literature from the tables that is still here. Please introduce yourself to the other comrades that have come and spent their time here today. And just from my heart to yours, just thank you so much. It's been beautiful to have you here.
Can we have a round of applause for all of the amazing organizers who pulled together this beautiful act of creation in the face of continuing destruction? Eli and the entire team, thank you, thank you, thank you for pulling us together. Keep the faith, everybody, keep creating, and I look forward to meeting you all in the back.
And Aaron's gonna come up and introduce our last act. Please, you know, move your body a little bit if you're so called.
Yes, thank you so much to Judson, and thank you to all of you. We have one final act, and we do hope that you will take the opportunity to move your body around. Many of us have been sitting for a while, and this will be a great opportunity to get moving. So this is Puyalo Allí, a collective dedicated to the Afro-Indigenous sounds of Colombian gaita, and is part of a decolonial musical effort that aims to build community through music by and for the people. Without any further ado, Puya Ayos.
If you want to try them, use them. We have them here for you. So if there's any brave or not so brave, anyone that would love to try the maracas, please come, give it a try. We're gonna encourage you also to do some call and response. But if there's any volunteers that would like to try the maracas, I see some friends curious, just please come on up and we'll show you. Oh, we're gonna move over there?
Yeah,
okay. But yeah, we wanna try the maraca. Oh, hi.
Mic check, mic check.
So, this is how the
Mic
maraca
check.
goes. That's what you're gonna do. Are you ready? You're gonna do it with us? And you come over here, right over here. You're gonna be our little helper, I love it. And then you're just gonna watch me do it, and then you'll do it. Sounds good? What's your name?
Izzy.
Izzy, thank you so much. Let's give it up for Izzy.
Raise it up a bit.
All right, amazing. So this is the beat that you're gonna. That's it. I'm gonna do some other stuff, but that's what you're gonna do, all right? And people will just do claps. So this is for claps. Clap, 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 clap. All right, amazing. Hello, hello.
Listo?
It's fine, right?
I think.
Okay.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah, it's fine. Easy. Yeah.
Listo? No, gracias a ustedes.
So again, if some friends are interested in coming up, please let us know. Maracas are here. And this is just a call of response. Please support us with the palms. Here we go. Libre, libre.
libre Palestina. Libre, 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 libre Palestina. Intifada, intifada. Intifada, intifada. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Viva, viva Palestina. Viva, viva Palestina. Viva, viva Palestina. Viva, libre Palestina. Hey, from the river to the sea, Palestina will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestina will be free. Palestina will be free. Hey, viva, viva Palestina. Viva, viva Palestina. Viva, libre Palestina. Viva, viva Palestina.
Viva, viva Palestina. Intifada, intifada. Intifada, intifada. There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution. Hey!
From the river to the sea,
hey!
Palestina will be free. Hey! From the river
To the sea, Palestina will be free.
From the
River to the sea, Palestina will be free. Vive, viva Palestina.
Libre, viva Palestina.
Viva, viva Palestina.
Viva, libre Palestina.
Viva, libre Palestina.
Viva, libre Palestina. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada, intifada.
Intifada, intifada.
Viva, viva Palestina.
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 Viva, viva Palestina. Woo. We're gonna do one more, if time permits. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias. Pujalo allí. Que linda. Thank you all so much for coming. That is our last number for the evening. Subway DJ, take it away.
على عهدي على ديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم والله أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني أنا دمي فلسطيني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا فديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني
ولا ليرة ولا بيتكوين مسلطنة وش بدكم انت نجوزك يما تصلي امتى تيجي انت دوري انا اوكي كله مظبط كله مسوقي دوري انا اوكي بلا هالمشكنتة ومتخوزة
7 الارمات ديك بدق عالباب وانا تحت الحاف امي عالبالكون جيرتي دبري عريس احصائيات اغلب الازواج صباح الظهرية المرخية
انت نجوزك يما انت نتركز يما انت نجوزك يما والبنك يتصلي امتى نتيجي عنا دوري انا اوكي كله مظبط كله مسوقي دوري انا اوكي بلا هالمشكنتة وميت خوذة
ويلي ويلي وين انتوا وين وانا وين ولا دع ولا دين جيبوا مخدة جيبوا سرير لا بنام لا بفيق انا بصحي الدين مينوس مش جديد في حساب بنكي في كم بطريق
ولا ليرة ولا بيتكوين انت نجوزك يما انت نتركز يما انت نجوزك يما والبنك يتصلي امتى نتيجي عنا دوري انا اوكي كله مظبط كله مسوقي دوري انا اوكي بلا هالمشكنتة وميت خوذة
بلا ضغط بلا كبت بلا غصب بلا ضغط بلا كبت بلا غصب حيو قراري حيو حيو حبيبتي حيو حيو حريتي حيو حيو حيو
انت نجوزك يما ولا ليرة انت نتركز يما ولا بيتكوين انت نجوزك يما والبنك يتصلي امتى نتيجي عنا والبنك يتصلي امتى نتيجي عنا What's the soul of the 47? What's the soul of the 47? What's that soul in the 47? Sean put the soul in the 47. No wage and no guarantee. No land on your back now. No country, no form. Back to the peasant, to the falahin born.
وجه العدا درب القوافم نعرفه طفني ورود تلم تلم ربي معبود راسمه صنع العهود وقت الحزم حنا الجنود حرب وسلم رغم حدود عنا حلم الغياب نستقبله يا ابن العين يا ابن النهر يا ابن النبع يا ابن البحر ابن السمكو والزنقة هاي الزقة وهاي احنا بنت العين بنت النهر بنت النبع بنت البحر بنت السمكو والزنقة هاي الزقة وهاي
soul in the 47. Champ put the soul in the 47. Find the fruit on the trees. Send it off to wherever you please. Make sure that the money comes back. Come back to the peasant, to the fellahin.